Hey guys, Anthony Ford with Calling Armor here. It's March 10th, 2023, and we were supposed to, our goal or our plan was hopefully to be out in the field today, um, encapsulating decks and restoring and refinishing decks. But unfortunately, here in Cincinnati and northern Kentucky, we're still under a good deal of winter weather. But what I'm going to talk to you about is today I got an interesting phone call from a fella in Charlotte, North Carolina. And several years ago, and let me say I get these phone calls all the time from people across the nation. Charlotte, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, California. People looking for help to resurface their deck systems. They're limited on options. All they have is thin residential deck paints and stains or replacement. They don't have something in their area like Calling Armor. They don't have this industrial grade coating that comes with professional application, service for life, and warranty for life. They don't have any type of service like that. So I get a lot of calls from across the nation and people that need and want help from us, and unfortunately we're just not in their area, right? But I got a call from a guy today in Charlotte, North Carolina, and he informed me that a few years ago he installed composite decking on his deck, and now all the boards are warping up everywhere. And I talked to him for a good 5 or 10 minutes, and he asked me, "What do you think about me trying to sand them down and using some type of resurfacer on them to resurface them?" I said, "Well, you're probably better off just replacing them. And if you're having that type of extreme movement out of composite, maybe you ought to go back. Maybe you ought to venture back to wood. One good thing about wood is we don't see, although we do see warping and cupping out of wood, it's not to the extremes, and certainly not to the extremes that you see here in the background picture that I've put on here. You guys don't know how many deck systems that I go to that are composite that just look like roller coasters, right? Because they're having a hard time handling the heat and the expansion and contraction cycle that we go through here in the tri-state. So if any of you are thinking about, hey, possibly, I'm thinking about possibly, embracing replacement for my deck and moving to composite. There's downsides to composite too as well. Like this guy in North Carolina told me today. He told me if he would have known how hot his composite deck boards would have gotten. He said they're so hot that in the summer they can't even go out on their deck and enjoy it. He never would have switched away from wood. So I'm bringing these points up to you, not to say that composite's a bad product, because I do believe it has some advantages for a group of deck owners, a certain segment of deck owners. It does have advantages, particularly inside the first 5 years of ownership. But I'm bringing this up to you because after those 5 years are up, we see that those advantages become very, very limited. They start to diminish, meaning, yeah, while it might be very advantageous in years 1 through 5, years 5 through 10, composite to us is very much like wood, right? So I want you guys to think about that. I get calls all across the nation constantly. This guy, he, by the end of the phone call, me and him had decided that he thinks that he's going to switch back to wood, and that puts a smile on my face because I like people that choose wood decking. That's what we want. We want people to I want people to stay with wood, and cool guy. I enjoyed talking to him. If you end up seeing this video, sir, it was an honor talking to you. But listen, Kong Armor, we're excited here. We're excited to get back out in the field with our ultra thick industrial grade lifetime deck armor. Start doing peeling, deck paint, lockdown encapsulation, deck rescue painting, deck restoration painting, and of course helping people with new deck systems protect their decks for life, right? Deck armor painting is what we call that. There's four paths. There's 4 paths to lifetime deck armor, and you guys can explore those 4 paths at kongarmor.com. Hope to I see you guys soon in the field. See you. If I can get this to stop.